The octopus is as close to extraterrestrial life as we may ever see in many respects. There aren't many animals as amazing and strange in the world. Among the most clever and mobile of all the invertebrates, they belong to the class of animals known as cephalopods. They are as varied as their habitats, which include the deep oceans, kelp forests, coral reefs, rocky shorelines, and every ocean in the globe. They can be enormous or little. Certain species are poisonous, while others are just plain weird. Depending on the situation, they may appear smooth or spiky. They are so different from humans that the majority of their 500 million neurons are located in their arms rather than in their brain. They are also so sophisticated that their cognitive abilities are comparable to those of many large-brained vertebrates. They can taste, smell, and even think. How a creature so distant from us on the evolutionary tree could develop such sophisticated behaviors and show intellect in a completely different and autonomous manner from our own has left scientists in a state of shock. So how did the octopus, an island of complexity in the sea of invertebrate species, develop such a complex biology? How much intelligence do they possess? And how can we learn about them to better understand ourselves? There have been cephalopods for a very long time. They evolved more than 500 million years ago, according to fossil records, long before any fish, reptiles, or mammals ever showed up on Earth. As it crept around the ocean floor, the octopus's early progenitor, which was very small, protected itself with a shell. After all, cephalopods belong to the mollusk phylum, which includes snails, clams, and oysters. Mollusks are typically slow, basic animals with soft bodies and a hard, protective shell. However, the lineage that gave rise to octopuses lost their shells some 140 million years ago, which made them more nimble and agile but also more susceptible. These soft-bodied animals have survived for a long time. Therefore, millions of years seems improbable in a sea full with hungry, hazardous predators. However, it's possible that this susceptibility to selection is exactly what has made the octopus the amazing animal it is today. An octopus can fit through any hole as long as it is bigger than its eyeball because it has almost no hard parts other than its beak. This gives the octopus an evolutionary edge when it comes to avoiding huge predators like sharks and dolphins since it enables it to conceal itself in extremely small cracks. The soft-bodied octopus, however, developed an even more ingenious method of avoiding discovery. They are adept at disguising themselves. You can observe how rapidly and dramatically an octopus can change color by watching this video. You can observe how the color shift spreads throughout its body in slow-motion reverse. In order to blend in with the surrounding coral and seaweed, the skin's 3D texture also changes. In a single glance, it has nearly assimilated into its environment. Using a system of incredibly complex tissues, cephalopod camouflage is one of the most dynamic in the animal kingdom. Chromatophores are organs that resemble freckles and are scattered across the octopus's skin. They have microscopic sacs loaded with pigment, resembling little balloons filled with various dyes. It may be red, yellow, or black. Radial muscles that encircle the pigment sacs have the ability to extend the sac, exposing the color of the pigment. Their pigment color appears brilliant and vibrant when stretched, much like dye-filled balloons. The octopus can quickly transform into a rock, coral, or kelp by producing patterns like bands, stripes, or spots depending on which pairs of sacs it opens or closes. However, the octopus uses iridophores, another layer of reflective structures in its skin, to produce colors other than black, red, and yellow. Below the chromatophores are stacks of extremely thin cells. Reflectin, a protein found in them, reflects specific light wavelengths back out. They are in charge of giving the octopus's skin its shimmering, metallic blues and greens. Another layer of reflective tissue known as lucifores sits beneath that one. These often produce white hues by reflecting ambient light. The octopus can produce a fairly realistic image of its environment by fusing the reflection from the iridophores and lucifores with the appropriate patterning of the chromatophores. However, the octopus has one more secret that makes it nearly invisible during the day. It may alter the texture of its skin by producing ridges and bumps that rise and fall thanks to a structure known as papillae. This makes the octopus even more suited to its environment. For millions of years, the soft-bodied, shell-free octopus has used all these tactics to fool a predatory ocean. However, these concealment qualities have not been the only factor in their survival. Perhaps an even more persuasive survival tool is the way they are managed. Octopuses must continually adjust their camouflage and evaluate the surroundings as they move along the seafloor. They are acting quickly to make decisions. In a single hour, one researcher saw an octopus change its camouflage 177 times. With reaction times of up to 200 milliseconds, the fastest blink you can make, octopuses have faster camouflage than any other mammal. Surprisingly, however, the octopus and nearly all cephalopods are believed to be colorblind despite their extensive use of color. They can't even see colors, so how can they match them? The solution to this question began to emerge in 2015. Because octopus skin contains active photoreceptor genes, researchers discovered that octopus skin is light sensitive. The skin could react to light and alter the form of its chromatophores even when it was separated from the body. Researchers discovered that octopuses can see with both their eyes and their skin. However, when the octopus lost its shell 140 million years ago, it underwent another change as its body developed its color-changing protection mechanisms, its huge brain and nerve system. The octopus's big and sophisticated brain functions in tandem with the photoreceptor genes in its skin. The reason the octopus can change color so quickly is because it has brain control over its chromatophores. Other color-changing creatures, such as chameleons, require a lot more time since their color changes are regulated by hormones. It takes time for hormones to enter the bloodstream and circulate throughout the body. When handled in this manner, a color change can take more than 20 seconds. According to some studies, the octopus's color change may be comparable to our breathing or blinking in that it can occur unintentionally as well as freely. It can be conscious throughout its body in addition to its eyes and brain. Similar in size to our own, the octopus nervous system is constructed with a completely different body-brain interaction. The body of a typical octopus contains about 500 million neurons. Humans, by contrast, have roughly 100 billion. Typically, most invertebrates have significantly less. There are only 20,000 in snails. However, more than any other invertebrate, cephalopods, such as octopuses, score in the same range as many vertebrates, including dogs, cats, and parrots. Furthermore, only 1/3 of their 500 million neurons are located in their brain. Their 8 arms contain the majority of them. As odd as it may sound, this enables the octopus to think with its arms. The ability of a severed octopus limb to react to stimuli an hour after being cut off from the central brain has long been recognized by scientists. However, a report published last year started to show how much autonomy there is. They watched the octopus using video modeling while it searched for food and investigated items in its habitat. The computer measured the arms' movements, seeing how they coordinated with one another either synchronously or asynchronously, indicating brain-directed movements, recommending that each appendage make its own decisions. Additionally, they discovered that certain information completely avoids the central brain on its journey from the environment to the octopus. In a sense, the octopus's arms and suckers are capable of independent thought, which enables it to assess its surroundings rapidly and respond accordingly. The octopus's brain-body link is ambiguous, and its skin has the ability to sense and change color on its own. In addition to their peculiar bodily autonomy and cerebral structure, cephalopods are intelligent. To be continued. Watch out for more.